The World Bank has defined corruption as the abuse of public office for private gains. Public offices are abused for private gains when an official accepts, edicts, or extorts a bribe. It is also abused when private agents actively offer bribes to circumvent public policies and processes for competitive advantage and profit. On our special edition today, we bring you reports from the streets as EFCC correspondents sought to know from Nigerians what they understand by the word corruption and what are those acts that constitutes a corrupt act. Please stay tuned.
Corruption is a term whose real meaning covers a wide range of misguided and illegal conduct, ranging from misuse of entrusted funds and power for private gains. It may also include theft, fraud, nepotism, abuse of power, or illegal conversion of state properties. In many countries of the world, especially in the developing countries, the menace of corruption is evident everywhere. Many people perpetrate the crime and try to cover up or better still escape being called to justice. In Nigeria, corruption has left a devastating effect on every sphere of the country's economic, political and social system. Differentiating between acts that connote corruption has been a topic of discussion in many fora. We try to ask some Nigerians what they understand by the word corruption.
You can imagine a father who gave birth to, who pregnanted a woman is corrupt. The semen of that corruption is what that father took to the child. And the money they use in doing the covenant naming is a stolen money, so corruption starts from there. The money they use in paying the child school fees is corrupted money, because most of this corruption, so it's already an inbuilt thing in the Nigerian child, except God come himself to help Nigeria. Nigeria is already in disarray. Corruption is not something of today. It has become part of blood syndrome.
Corruption, any act or activity outside due process.
Illegally diverting what is meant for the public, for your own personal use.
Understanding of corruption is one eating up what belongs to others, and you are just taking it home alone. I think, for my own understanding, something that is meant for everybody, but one person come and just take it, or something assigned for something. And instead of using that money to do that thing, you divert it to your private pocket.
Doing what you're not supposed to do just to benefit yourself, that's corruption.
I think it's when one mismanages a particular thing that is given for him to manage. When it is being mismanaged, I call it corruption.
Corruption, to my own understanding, corruption is when someone divert or make use of what is meant for the public, or in that environment that is meant for everybody that's supposed to benefit. Then one person now kind of divert it.
The impact of corruption on developing countries cannot be overemphasized. In a system with corruption, there is no quality of life or services. To gain access to those items that make life comfortable to live means you have to pay for them. This is seen not only in the rural areas but also in major cities in the urban centers where poor infrastructures have since decayed. Corruption in developing countries like Nigeria also continues to be one of the greatest factors of poverty and underdevelopment, even as the continent is endowed with prized natural resources. Some respondents speak about these devastating effects of corruption on the society.
It does affect most people here in Nigeria. One, the road. The road is supposed to be, the infrastructure. They're supposed to be in perfect condition. But because one leader somewhere squanders all the money, it can't be done. Thereby, we are all affected. I'm affected. Many other people are really.
It affects everybody.
Apart from the government and anti-graft agencies' effort at eradicating corruption, the citizens also have a role to play.
The citizens that had allowed this corruption to thrive, but this issue that initially the problem of this country has to do with leadership, which so many political philosophers, like the late Chinua Achebe, also said it, that the problem about this country is all about leadership. But at the time, personally, I was working and found access to an information that was telling me that it's all about followership, it's all about active citizenship, it's all about educated citizenship. So by the time the citizens are active, by the time we are alive, I think the issue of corruption will not be a major issue. Even if actually it's a global phenomenon, it's not only in this country, it's happening everywhere. But what we are praying is that at least need to reduce to its barest minimum. You cannot divorce favoritism or nepotism and other things, but let it be at its minimum, barest minimum.
Actually, a school is the greatest and the most formidable entrance into the society. A school, anything, any idea institutionalized in a school can go a long way to right the wrongs in the society. So if corruption is made part and parcel of the school curriculum, it will be a welcome idea, because teachers in schools have the ability, they create the society. Every individual that enters into the society through school pass through teachers. So if this is made as part of the curriculum of schools, it will be a welcome idea, and the implementation of it will not cost government anything.
Let the system be fair. Let the system be just. Let the system celebrate hard working, integrity, probity, honesty. Then and only then we can tackle corruption headlong.
For the general society, there should be massive awareness campaign about it, because some people that are indulged in corruption and corrupt practices may not even know that what they are doing is injurious to their own persons and the society as a whole. So the government should, through the arms already in place, bring out campaign that will sensitize people on the need to stay away from corrupt practices.
For the fight against corruption to be won, all hands must be on deck. Nigeria is a great country, and it is our responsibility to make it greater. Join the fight today. Your no counts. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.